Hey, wonderful people. How are we all doing? I'm Melissa Amos, and I have just been doing some work with somebody, really beautiful channeling information with Fiona, and it's been wonderful. And I just really felt inspired to come on and to come and talk about something little that's been going on my page. I put a post on earlier. And I just had a look and there was like 55 comments, and I thought, you know what, rather than me reply to everybody, I'll just come on live. So let's just check that I'm here on the right page. If you are here, let me know, give me a hello or a live or whatever you like. If you're watching the replay, let me know, and then I can know that we've been part of this conversation. Can't see me on my page, so hopefully I'm there. Do let me know if you are watching, because this isn't showing me anything. Oh, there I am. Hello. Hello. I'm on my tablet, which, as anyone who's joined me live before knows, that it never shows me the comments. So let's just hope so, and let me share this into my beautiful soul space group, and where am I? Oh, I can see comments. This is exciting. There has been a shift. So, hey Jennifer, hey Vicky. I am wondering, how has everyone been feeling with all of this, like all of the energetics that have been going on? Let's even pretend that you haven't seen what I posted on my page with that picture that has been circulating the internet, nothing to do with me. Even without that, I'm just wondering, like, how have you been feeling over the last 4 or 5 days, just in the run up to solstice, wherever you are in the world? If you're with me in the Northern Hemisphere, we are literally hours away from the solstice, which is happening tomorrow. UK time, it's around 4 o'clock, I think. I love the solstice energy. I love the fire and the strength and the abundance and the passion. Like, I'm even looking at my peace lily that sits over there, and it's just suddenly gone huge. It's like massive. And this is the abundance that we have available to us. So tired and not seen the post. Okay, you don't have to have seen the post, because we're just coming on and having a conversation. But I did put a post on my wall earlier because there has been this information going around about the Schumann Resonance, which is literally the heartbeat or the resonance or the frequency of the earth. And there are these machines that are dotted around the world. This particular one that's showing this frequency that everyone's sharing at the moment is in Russia, I believe, or at least it's a Russian website. I'm assuming it's in Russia. The pick up the receptor. I don't really know, but we've been seeing this this resonance start to change. And if you're like me, maybe over the last 2 or 3 years, maybe it's piqued your interest a bit, maybe you've heard of it, maybe you've noticed it, and there's been this kind of raising in the earth's frequency, which we've been seeing through this imagery. Then suddenly at the weekend, there was this kind of like, there was this blackout. So the resonance shows these normally like blue and green peaks. Suddenly at the weekend, these peaks turned into horizontal, DNA looking, swirly whirly, sacred geometry, that like it looked like sacred geometry. There's one picture I saw literally looked like the infinity sign, or you could look at the the fish, the Christ consciousness fish, moving into a Merkaba, which is a 6-pointed star, a 3D 6-pointed star, a bit like I've got behind, which is like pretty impressive, I think. And I know there's lots of people saying lots of different things, and I am definitely not claiming to be any form of expert. And so I put a post on my page and I was like, what do you think? What do you think's going on? Not about what other people think, not about what I think, not about what, you know, this channel or this opinion or this whatever. Because the truth is that this is something, like, the magic's not in the picture, the magic's not in, you know, in what's going on. This, I can't even speak. This is like how I've been. I actually can't even speak. I should have gone live. But here I am. What am I saying? This machine that is picking up this resonance, whether some people are saying it's a glitch, some people are saying, well, it's only one out of all of these other machines in the world, like whatever it is, something's picking up something. And you, as a human living on this earth at this time, are the biggest receptor of them all. Whether you consider yourself spiritual, sensitive, awake, whatever, you are here, obviously, on this earth, having your experience. So whatever your experience has been over these last 3 or 4 days, if you've noticed any changes or you've noticed any shifts, I'd love to hear what they are, because your experience is as valid as anybody else's. And so that's what I was interested in. So if you're watching live or if you're on the replay, just pop in like how you've been feeling over the last few days, because there's been quite various things. And I've also seen people, by the way, when I put the what's your experience been, people saying, oh, well, I heard that I should be feeling a certain way, but I've been feeling an opposite way. And I said, is this wrong? It's like, no, it's not wrong. You just do. And sometimes it's really interesting when you think, oh, like I'm really feeling a way. And then you find out that like everyone else has been. Or you find out that there's something funky going on. Or suddenly you're like, oh yeah, there was a new moon. Or a full moon. Or a meteor. Or a solar flare. Or a spike in the the Schumann Resonance. Or something going on. Or, you know, it can be like super validating when we hear that we're experiencing a certain thing. And then like other people are. So if you're just joining, hello, we're just talking about the stuff that's going on, because there's definitely something going on. Definitely something going on at the moment. And I thought that we can maybe pull some cards together, like see if there's another point of view. We can literally ask the earth. Should we do that? That could be cool. That could be good fun. We could like literally ask the earth what she thinks is going on. Give me some love if you'd like to do that, because I think that could be quite fun. I'll tell you how I've been feeling. Last week, I literally had a nap every single day. I love a nap. But I've just been really tired, like crazy tired. There's been for me a lot of information coming in. I felt really open to inspiration and into this kind of like, keep feeling this need to come and do things and to share things. It's like this, I mean, it's quite a masculine energy. Like I'm really feeling this, like I need to share, I need to go, I need to be out, I need to be doing things, I need to be telling people, I need to be blah, blah, blah. But then it kind of flips into this, okay, you just need to stop. And you need to receive. And I think maybe it's because I've been feeling so energized to get and share and bring things out. I like literally ideas have just been coming in, and I need to get them, need to do them. That there's this other part of me that's going, right, let's just go to sleep. Because it knows that that's when I'm in like full receptive mode, because I've not gone doing anything else. So Steph also says, I'm so tired. And we really need to honour that. Because, and Vicky, yes, fellow napper. I've been napping loads, had a need to buy new cards and plants. Like really weird. I was like, I literally said to my son yesterday, I was like, you need a plant in this room. And I was in my bedroom thinking, I need to put a plant in here. So what's that about? What I think that's about is that this is what I think, this is what I feel. And whether this is true or not, it doesn't matter. It feels right for me. And you can take it or leave it. But this is what I feel. is there's this real high frequency energy that is like literally being bombarded at us. It feels almost like a blitz. That's the word. A blitz, like a shake up. Almost like there's this bombardment. So if you imagine that you had a thing and like you were beaming lasers at it, it might start to create little holes or dents or eventually kind of smash into smithereens maybe. That's what I feel, but not in a bad way, not in a like, you know. But then what happens in the okay, hold on. Why is this happening? It feels like we are actually still moving into this shift, into this awakening, into this new wave of consciousness, into this lighter way of being. Like, I don't know, however you feel that. And again, I don't just want this to be about me and what I think. I'd love to hear your comments. And like I said, there's like 58 now comments on this post from before. So I know a lot of you have opinions on it. And so this energy is coming and it's beaming down on us. And then us humans who are like, you know, I think many of you, if you're sitting here watching this, are thinking, well, I'd quite like to ascend, whatever that means, or I'd quite like to be enlightened, whatever that means, or I'd just quite like to be this open channel and this high vibration and all this cool stuff that we think, I don't know, that we think is going to happen. And that's wonderful because I'm there too. But then we have this human side of us that contains all of the stories and all of the beliefs and all the kind of trickery and all the mind stuff and all the stuff that we have as human beings, and they sit there in our physical body. And our physical body has been so used to a certain way, it's been so used to a certain frequency, it's been so used to like listening to a certain kind of volume or a certain kind of tune or like a certain genre of music, if you like, that suddenly there's this thing that's been flipped and like our energy's been going, this does not feel right. This is like, what? How do I adjust to this? How do I allow this to become, and one of two things will happen. We'll either go into like mega resistance, right? We'll go into mega resistance and be like, no, you try and find the old ways. This can happen really subconsciously. We want to go back into old ways. We do things like hands up. If you've been doing this, my hands are up. These self-sabotaging things like eating heavier foods or like, hey Tracy, or like, I don't know, turning to the heavier stuff, the coffee, the alcohol, the sweets, the chocolates, the carbs, the kind of heavy stuff. I'm not saying any of these are bad, but there's this almost like, oh, I really need something like this. And maybe like, so me, as I can only give you my experience and similar to, from some of the clients I've been speaking to, that like this last month leading up to this, I've been really wanting to eat like high vibrational foods. I'm like literally like going through salad like there's no tomorrow. These kind of higher frequency foods. I've been you know, cutting down on just some of the things that don't feel good, and I felt this extra sensitivity in my body from sugar and all of this. But this last week I've been like, yeah, give me the sugar, give me the coffee, like give me the gin and tonics, and it's just not really like me. Yet, okay, so today I had a coffee. So I've been drinking this CBD coffee, which is lovely, and it gives me this really nice kind of like, it's just really nice. I went into yoga and I start getting the shape, like the coffee jitters. And I'm like, what is wrong with me? And then I met a friend and I was like, yeah, I'll have a coffee. And then I'm like, oh yeah. It's no more coffee than I would normally have, but something's happened which has made me super sensitive. It's like my body's going, Melissa, we're in a new frequency now. Stop piling it with stuff. But another part of me is going, yeah, do this. And I think this is like the self-sabotage energy that's coming in. So a couple of you are like, yeah, that's me as well. And please don't be hard on yourself with it, because we can then go into guilt or shame, which is the worst thing we can do. What about if we went into love and compassion? Like, do you know what? All I'm trying to do is keep myself safe. And all I know what safe is what I've always done, because it's got me this far in life. It's got me, as I call it, out of our uncomfortable comfort zone. It's got us here, right? And we're funny because we want to bring in the change, or we think that we want to bring in the change, and then when it comes down to it, we're like, and so we I don't know, we do things that lower our energy body. And I know this all of this stuff. Talk about all of this. I've been told all of this. I've been warned about this and how it's affecting, one of my energy mentors said to me recently, like, if you eat junk, it is literally like putting diesel in your like Ferrari. And I was like, you're talking my language here. And I stopped. And this week I've not stopped. So why am I saying this? So this energy's coming in and it is bombarding us with this amazing light. Like, Stephanie, cacao's like the best thing. And I've even been going, well, I'm going to have cacao. And then I'm like, oh no, I'll just eat the bar of chocolate because it's just easier. So there's something there for me personally that knows on one level that things are rising and this is what I want to do. And on another level, maybe somewhere in us, there's this whole thing of like, we don't feel safe to do that. Or there's this like, oh yeah, but we can do it. Let's see how far. Let's see if we can keep these old, comfortable, uncomfortably uncomfortable, familiar habits that we have and we hold. And then my body's like, no, you can't do that. Because we're moving into this new wave of consciousness. And I think that this is what this photograph that we've been seeing, that's been going on since Saturday, I think. And it's still going on. I'm still seeing photos saying this is what I've checked today. I went onto the website a few hours ago and it was still showing this really kind of weird thing. Could be a glitch, I don't care. That it's picking up on something. And for me, if you're feeling into that and you have been feeling a certain way, not necessarily my way, but something different, maybe there's something going on that we are being invited to pay attention to. Maybe. And what I want to say is that it's not about, it's interesting because I put this comment on my page and just said, give me your opinion. And actually everyone's been pretty friendly, but I've seen comments on, other people, and there's an argument start. And I watch these things and I see them for what they are. These, how do I say this without sounding like a nutter? Agitations that are being put there, because I don't think anyone's right or wrong. I think that whatever we experience these things to be are. And if I look at this and I think, yes, humanity is raising and this computer is somehow picking it up, and I've been feeling that because I've been feeling these ways or another, then that's true for me. And I think, hey Sylvia, and I think if you're looking at it going, oh well, it's just a glitch and well, it's nothing, then that's what it will be for you. And then you can put down your symptoms, if you've had any, down to something else. And that's cool. I'm not here to convince anyone otherwise. I just want to open up that conversation. The other thing is it's very easy when we start to see these things that we get compelled to pick a side. I'm going to pick a side. I'm going to be the one that says, oh no, it's a glitch and you lot are all stupid for thinking otherwise. Or I'm going to pick this side and I'm going to be like, yeah, the humanity's raising, and if you think it's a glitch, you are, it was a comment I saw today, if you think it's a glitch, then you're resonating too low, and I don't know, all this stuff, right? Don't buy into that. If you look at the photo, right, if you see it, I can't share it on here because I could try, but it will probably not show very well. Got it here. Here, you can't see it. You can't see it at all. Look it up. If you look at it, it's this, the Schumann Resonance is normally this kind of thing going on. This is like these horizontal lines. They look like these DNA intertwined. The first thing I thought was, oh, that looks like DNA. It's like these intertwining vortexes. And inside some of them, there's some real kind of complex sacred geometry, lineage, beautiful things going on. Maybe there's something in this glitch or in this frequency that it's picking up, that is reminding us that we're not here to have these peaks and troughs and to be separate. Peak, 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 peak. That we're beginning to intertwine our masculine and feminine. That's what I'm finding now. It's like where I can go, whoop, whoop, whoop. They're starting to kind of come in together. The receptivity and the action are kind of like almost merging into one. Like, isn't that interesting? I've got 22 people. Just as we're talking about intertwining 22 of you, the two twos coming together are coming on. These are the messages that I'm getting about this, that this is about unity and intertwining, and anything that's making us go, whoop, I'm going to pick my side and I'm going to stick with it. And you're wrong, and I'm right, and I'm right, and you're wrong. Yeah. Just notice, because this is when we might be intuiting something. We might be intuiting something that I'm not saying that that's wrong, right? You might be intuiting this, which is the reality for you, and this is the reality for you, and neither of them are wrong. But maybe we're intuiting from mind rather than from heart or from body. Or maybe it's from solar plexus, which kind of can also harbour this fear energy. There's something, it just feels to me, there's something going on that Mama Earth, like we're coming into the solstice, it's the time of the fire and the sun, yet there's all of this talk about the Schumann Resonance, Mama Earth. We have Father's Day for a lot of us around the world on Sunday. And yet there's all this talk around Mama Gaia. We're not here to pick a side. My feeling is that this is about this union, this sacred union that's coming together. Now she said she's feeling this like a push-pull and resistance or opposing forces when you've been feeling good. Contractions before birth, it could be. The thunder's roaring here. We had thunder here this morning. It's lovely now. So we've gone from the rain, the water, the feminine, the thunder and the lightning, the masculine and feminine, and now it's on the eve of the solstice. The energy is kind of just now settling down, it feels to me. Yeah, that's okay, Rachel. I'm just feeling this. So this is what I'm feeling, right? Let's summarize. There's this bombardment of energy coming through. What's then happening is that's where I was. That maybe there's two ways of doing this. We're feeling this resistance. We're like, oh my God. And then that might manifest into these self-sabotaging behaviors, which aren't wrong. They are just us trying to stay the same, which is a safety mechanism. But maybe there's a part of us that's bigger than that like, I see you, safety mechanism, and I feel ready, this reassurance energy that needs to come in. This like, okay, I see you and I understand you and I raise you. I'm ready to raise you now. Because probably if you're here and watching this, you've been wanting to move and uplift. Otherwise, why are you here following my channel, which is kind of all about? Maybe. Or maybe you're just here to see what the crazy lady's talking about. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. And again, I'm not claiming to know all the answers. It's just been really interesting to see, first of all, how I've been behaving, and secondly, like just kind of what I'm transpiring. Literally, when I open my news feed, I think it was yesterday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah. Yesterday, like every post, there was literally like 10 posts, all with the Schumann Resonance on there, and these different opinions. And what I encouraged on my page was, what's your experience been? What do you feel is going on? And what I feel is going on is that there's been enough of us now that are like, yeah, I'm ready. Putting that intention out, going, yes, we've got this solstice coming up. And I think when we've got these like energy portals or these big events or these turning of the wheel, there's a lot of focus on what's going to happen, or, you know, there's like it's a big focal point. People are like, what are you doing for the solstice? Oh, I'm going to do these little rituals, whether it's winter or summer. Like, what are we doing for this energy? A lot of people putting workshops out or information out, or you know, doing their little rituals or gathering in circle or doing things on their own. And so there's like suddenly this big kind of focal point here, which naturally is going to start to dial everything up. And so in response to that, or because of that, which one came first, who knows, there's this beam of energy coming down on us, and it's like pounding like into our light body. And so what can happen, as well as the food and all of this stuff, these kind of heavy things that we can introduce into our bodies, sometimes also things start to come out because we're being shook up. And so we might find ourselves like going into these old patterns of behavior. Like we might be like, start screaming and shouting, or like not being able to cope with something, or you know, going into gossip or bitchy mode, or like, you know, these things that we all do, and we probably all have done, especially when we were less conscious, and maybe we've been going and healing them and getting better at them, and like forging these new habits, but then they come back and you're like, whoa. And part of that also is just this I don't really like this word, but it's descending of energy, because we're like dropping into this space and we're acting from this unconscious part of us. And maybe all that is it's letting it come up, so you're like, whoa, that's still there, that pattern. Maybe I should just let the light heal that. Maybe I can just continue my work on that. Maybe I can, you know, bring that compassion to that and go, okay. I don't know. Maybe it's coming up, not because you're bad, not because you're unhealed, not because anything. Maybe it's just coming up to come out and move through your body. Like, it was interesting in yoga today, I was feeling, and it happened because this came up on my memories, it happened like a few days ago last year, where I actually started to feel sick, like, and we weren't doing anything like much different to what we normally do, but I was like, I actually feel ill with this. It might have been the coffee jitters that was going on. So there's like something that's being stored, that as the light comes in and this frequency changes, and we're seeing this in the machines, that maybe this part isn't resonant anymore to sit with the light. They just gave me a really funny image. How do I describe that? It's like, it happened to me once, right? It's like going to like a heavy metal concert and wearing a bright pink dress. Literally done that. It's kind of like that. It's like, well, there's just these things just don't fit. I think they do now, but they didn't then. It's just these things don't fit. What's going on? Oh, welcome back, Natalie. I don't know. And I think that this focal point that we're all seeing with this image that's coming up, whether it's a glitch or not, is a reminder or a sign. Should we call it a sign from the universe that, like, yes, we're doing something and the earth is feeling it and it's all gonna be good, and we just need to stay in this. If you look at the image, this unity, this intertwining, this we are not separate from each other, and that we contain all of the codings and the connectors and the space in between, in order to really start to create something special. So I think that's what I want to say. I think that for me, that's what my message is, that if this Schumann resonance thing is coming into your awareness, like, let yourself feel, ask yourself, how have I been responding since Saturday, maybe a few days coming up to that, then what changed on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, coming into the solstice tomorrow? I feel the energy is going to have another shift again, like as the solstice comes tomorrow. And imagine that maybe, bring this curiosity that maybe, what if there was this beautiful, healing, connective, shining light, and it was here for us all to help us ascend into this new earth. I don't think we're all going to separate into some weird parallel universe. There's no worrying. But this new earth, this earth where compassion and collaboration and nurture and love and heart-centered and intuition and balance is all, that was weird. The word that came to me is king. So we'll see how that transpires. Maybe, what if, maybe, what if there's all of this energy coming in and coming through, and it's calling us in some way to lift us into this new aspect. And maybe this one machine in Russia that is showing this phenomenal coding that we've never seen on a machine that has been designed to pick up the resonance of the earth, glitch or not, right? This machine has been designed to pick up the resonance of Mama Earth. And we are seeing for the first time ever, for what now, 4 days, this beautiful, really beautiful intertwining of these, also the colours, the greens and the blues, yeah? The heart and the throat. Oh my gosh, the 4 and the 5. So they're known as chakras 4 and 5. And some people speak about these as dimensions 4 and 5. And you know there's all this stuff about we're moving into the 5D. And if you have had the opportunity over these last 2 days to just put your feet or your bottom or your whole body, should you wish, on Mama Earth and just receive for a minute, just 1 minute, and you just notice what's going on, maybe you'll feel something. Maybe you'll be like, oh yeah, there's something going on. So that's what I'm going to ask you to do. So what do you think? Should we, how long have I got? Not so long. Should we pull some cards? Like, give me some hearts or something if you would like to see what the cards say. I just feel like this could be quite cool to see what the cards say about all of this stuff that's going on. What card should I pull? What should we use today? What do I want to use? I'm kind of feeling these. Should we like these? Loving these. I also, these don't get an outing so much. I'm also gonna use these. Should we use these? Let's pull these first. So what I want to know, I've been doing a lot of grounding lately. Do grounding. Do you know what I'm doing? I am drinking the good stuff. This is spring water, infused with the crystals. I am doing this. I've been literally sitting with, took it off and now I've lost it. Oh my god, where's it gone? My selenite has been vibing so high. It's literally been my, oh my god, it's disappeared. I've been sitting with this massive piece of selenite on my body since Saturday. And I took it off today, I don't know where it's gone. Yeah, drink all the water. Let's do that. And also all my crystals got to clean. Anyway, I digress. I've been called to keep sitting on the garden grass. Yeah, do that. Do that. I can see my little niece on here. Hello. Okay. So what we're going to ask. Let's do this. Let's do this together. Let's connect in with you. If this is safe for you to do, just do it with me. Let's connect in with the earth. Let's really connect in with the depth of Earth Mama, of Mama Gaia. And in any way you know, in whatever way that feels good. And just invite her energies on and around you. Just imagine that she is this brilliant goddess of a woman. And she is holding you with open arms. And she's like holding on, she's giving you like the best foot massage. She's holding onto your feet, she's holding you grounded, and she's pouring her heart. She's pouring her heart through your legs and all the way up the body and just clearing that channel. And just imagine that. And let's also, while we're here, let's connect in with the central sun. Like this, imagine the sun there above you, right here on the solstice. And then imagine that you were going through the sun, that you were connecting into like a little portal, wormhole through the middle of the sun. And that in there's these beautiful light codes that are here to help you ascend, and just bring them down and let them come into the crown, through the soul star and all of the higher chakras and into the body, and just receive, oh my God, just receive that. Just receive that. So you're being held from below and held from above. And I'm just going to infuse these cards with that energy because that is beautiful. Just let it move through that channel. And we're just going to ask, and just ask with me, what the message is from Mother Earth today. What's going on? What does she want to communicate with us with this thing that's going on? Oh my gosh. I say oh my gosh because when I was asking this question yesterday, like ruminating when I was driving, literally a lorry went past me, not a lorry, a van, and it said New World Builders building a better future. That's what it said. And I was like, I took a picture. I was like, that's pretty good. So here's what we've got. Remember, this is what Mother Earth wants us to know, and what all of this wanted. Universe creators. That's what. Mama Earth, what do you want? What I want is universe creators. Do you know who universe creators are? You. You are universe creators. You are the one that are affecting and influencing this thing that we are all witnessing and perceiving and knowing, and enjoying or dismissing, as the case may be. But like, it doesn't matter. What Mama Earth wants is universe creators. And look at this. Look at this very interesting image of the Russian dolls. The Russian dolls. Where is? Did I say this website and the receiver is in Russia? Literally can't make it stuff up. Can you? I don't know what to say. I need to put my glasses on. I actually need to put my glasses on. I'm really not that old. I can't see. Do you ever want to go whoop? Okay, so what does it say? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So here we have the Russian dolls, and what it says, let's take them off, is we've got the cells, the organs, I can read it now, the cells, the organs, the body, the species, the planet, the solar system, and the galaxy. That's what it, trust me, I put my glasses on. That's what it says here at the bottom. And this is us, because we aren't separate from the universe. We aren't separate from this phenomenon. We aren't separate from the earth. We're not separate from each other. We're not separate from anything. We are literally like these different facets. And as we chunk down, like we're gonna find ourselves, our level of consciousness in one of these, right? We're gonna naturally be comfortable. Like one of these is gonna be our favorite Russian doll. We'll be like, I like that outfit, that one looks cool. I'm gonna keep this one, and I'm gonna keep the other ones inside. I'm gonna discard the rest. They can sit over there, right? They can sit by my lamp. This is the one I'm gonna wear with the rest of them inside. We're going to find ourselves naturally at this point, but actually there's no separation of all of this. And what Mama Earth wants from us are universe creators. They want us to know that from the very base of us, the very essence, that's the word, of us, all the way up to the very essence of us is important. And that we are maybe here at the moment, or what's going on at the moment is that we need to know ourselves to be creators. That we need to know, like, this is what I feel, that this message, whatever it is, that feels very universal message, is coming in to say to us, you I am calling, it's like those, I'm calling you, a reminder of our influence, that we can change and that we can do, and that we do have this magic inside us at every single level. And that we can choose to bring, there'll be many of us that bring our healing, our awareness, our strongest consciousness at these levels, and there'll be some which are like, yeah, I'm just vibing at the universal level. None are better than others. They all make up part of the whole. But none of it separate. And we literally make of it what we make of it. I'm seeing as well, there's, look at here, the fire and the earth. We were talking about that earlier. The fire and the earth here next to each other. There's something there about the earth and the fire for me. What does it show here? The planet and the solar system. Okay. We're the channel. Look, people say us humans get a really bad rap. Oh, we're here and we're like descending, you know, we're making the planet bad, and we're trashing the place, and we're using all the resources. Yeah, and that can be true. But also we are creating this higher frequency. Also, we're the ones that are creating the change. Also, we're the ones that maybe are, oh, whoa. Okay. Give me that on a Facebook Live. Thanks. We are the ones that are owning the species that we are. What is that? I don't know what that is. That's what they showed me. We are the ones that are owning the species that we are. And as we do that, and we bring that love and that compassion all the way down to the very cell of us, and all the way up to the very oneness of us, that we will create this massive change. And that's what Mama Earth wants from us. That's why this thing, in according to this and according to what I'm receiving, is she is there. Mother Earth is there, and she is holding us so strongly, and she wants to remind us that it's not her that has the power, and it's not the cosmos that has the power. It's when we all come together, and we humans, conscious humans and unconscious humans, like, we are the channel. We are the literal, like, connecting blocks. Otherwise it would just be another planet whizzing around the sky, whizzing around this universe that we're in. We are the cosmic creators. That could not have been a more synchronistic message. Now, we all just did that little exercise together, did we not? I'd love to know, like, pop it in the comments. Trust yourself. This is also about trusting yourself. It's not me, it's not Melissa, you are the creator. But it was like you. It's you, all of us, we, I, yeah? We're all the creator. So I would love to know what your interpretations are of this card. Please. But I'm going to put it down because I can't. You're about to type. Please type. And if you're just joining, say hello. We're going cosmic now. We're going all around. Woo. Okay, a card just flipped over. Oh my god, they've all flipped over. We'll take the two that's flipped over. I'm going to show you. Okay, like just like 4 of them flipped over. Let's just see what they are. So this was at the top. And this is embraced by light. This is what we were just talking about here. This is what we just did, in fact, that we connected to the earth and we received this light. I'm going to pick some cards proper, but this was the top of what flipped over, the Lemurian seed codes. And it's funny because I've got this Lemurian master crystal that has been like glowing at me today. And it's interesting as well. It says on here, embracing sensitivity. That's what we were talking about earlier. Like, you have had an experience over these last few days, whatever it is. Some of you have been like vibing high. Some of you have been like, I'm going to just crawl into a bed for the next 6 weeks. And some of you have been kind of flipping between both. Like, they're all correct. They're all correct. And uniqueness, there we go, and living with grace. And this is exactly the message that I was saying earlier. Like, notice where you are, and notice what you're receiving, and notice what you're experiencing, and like really honor that, but then honor what somebody else is doing. They're not wrong, they're just having their own thing. Okay. Deanne says, I find it interesting that when I asked the question in my mind, as you did out loud, what does Mother Earth want us to know right now? I heard, we are one with each other. I waited to see what you shared. I felt on point. And your mention of the Russian dolls on the card, we fall within one of the 7 as we come together, as the Russian dolls do. They fit into each other until there's only one full entity filled with the little pieces. Exactly. I love that, Deanne. That's beautiful, right? Because if we weren't all of these, if not all of these existed, then we wouldn't be any, like, we wouldn't be all of them. We'd be one of them. We wouldn't be whole. That's not right. Each one of these is whole in their own right. But when we bring them all together, then we have something with depths. It's not, it becomes solid and exquisite. Okay, so then the next one now. So these are all they all just flipped over together, and I don't believe in coincidence, so we're giving that. So the inner earth, this is what we connected in. This is where and look at that. Look at that. Does that not look like a head and the rib cage and the heart space? Yeah, this is where we find it. We don't find it outside of ourselves. We don't find it on the Schumann Resonance screen. We don't find it on my Facebook page or somebody else's Facebook page or on ChatGPT. We don't find it there. We find it here. And yes, we can use these and we can work with these, and we can be fascinated and love the confirmation and do the research and find the resonance, and because we're not separate. Like, it's good to find our tribe and to be all together. But don't look outside of yourself. Mama Earth wants universe creators, not universe followers, not universe. Look outside of yourself. The creator. You create, or someone else will. And what are you doing? Are you letting me create for you, or are you creating for you? Laying foundations. And then we got the sword of light. So we've got the base chakra here, and then we've got the throat here. So 4 and 5. Why was I saying that before? Oh, the blue and the green. The sword of light. This is the sword of truth for me. This is, remember I was saying about maybe these things come up for us so that we can actually break free, because the whole time that thing is sitting in my system, it's incongruent with the light that's available to me. So how it's like an anchor or a weight down from wherever it is that we are, moving towards, if that's even the right phrase, breakthrough energy. Okay, and then the last card that was in this little group is this. So we've literally moved from, where was the first one? We've literally moved from, I need to connect in with above me and below me in order to flood my system and to find that expansion and that presence. Yeah. This is kind of I need to ask for Father Sky and for Mother Earth, because Father Sky is there, Mother Earth is here, and I'm in the middle. I'm the creator. But that moves into this, into just the I am. I am. Just I am. I am presence. I am awareness. I am. Just I am. And as we bring this I am, and we know that I am creator, then everything changes, and then there's nothing we really have to do. We just are. And I think it's all getting a bit profound. I think when we are, we, even though it's not about what we do better. Does that make sense? I feel like my Reiki healings have intensified, probably. I was going to say it's all within about the Russian doll, and right today, it's all within. Yeah. Right, so I'm, then we're going to just go and see what's happening with the light codes. Okay, so we're going to do that same thing, but I just want to get one more clarifier from beautiful Mama. The Stellar Gateway. This is our highest chakra. It's funny because I did a solstice activation on Monday within Soul Space, and this was the card that came up as well, with the pyramids as well. Do not be limited by what I think, what you think, what has already happened, and the stories of the past. This is a potential now. This is a potential now. That's what I'm just hearing, like, this is a potential now, this is a potential now. This is a potential now. This is a potential for us to really create something different, to really create something special. And it's not about, oh, I'm going to manifest all the money, I'm going to manifest the car, I'm going to manifest the relationship, I'm going to manifest all the stuff. This is about, all that stuff I said about before, this world of collaboration and centeredness and balance and cooperation and harmony and, you know, community. Just get the light on, it's gone a bit dark. So that's all of that. So those of you who are still with me, this is going way longer than I was planning to, but if you're here, that's cool. So let's just make that connection again. Just connecting. Let's thank Mama Earth for that beautiful energy that she just gave us, and just connect with her again, that holding and comforting and nurturing and safe energy. Just really allow that to come up, and like, just imagine she's holding you all the way to that heart space, and then connecting with that central sun. I can just see the sun is setting here. And just imagine that you're going through this portal in the sun. And you're receiving this beautiful code. And this beautiful code is here for this betterment of humanity, of you, of us, of all. And let's ask what these light codes are bringing for us. Now. Literally can't answer. So this is from Father Sky. I am galactic star seed blooming. I am galactic star seed blooming. I can't help but notice this abundance. If you're in soul space and you were in Monday's activation, this is so significant because we were in the desert and we went into that oasis, right? So I love the little nods because we had the Galactic Stargate, same card as well. I didn't use this deck. Anyway, you and me and all the rest of us have been sent here, have been brought here, or decided to come here, to become, to ascend, to know, to love, to experience, to know the flowers, and to know the light, and to know the dark, and to know that we are always the light within. We are always the light. There's nothing that isn't light that is within us. But yes, we experience the dark, and we know that to be, but that's not who we are. We are a galactic starseed. We come from something so much bigger than who I am as a human. I come from something so much bigger than my mother and my father. and my ancestral line. Yes, I come from them, and yes, my humanness is very much created from my ancestors and my stories and my lineage and my community and my religion, but that's not who I am. That's just what I've come to experience and resolve and know, because I'm here to make a difference. I'm here as that answer to Mama Earth, who said creators wanted, and me, you were up there or wherever we were going, all right, that beautiful blue planet down there or over there wants me. And I'm going to come, and I'm going to come down, and I'm going to be in this magnificent, messy world that they call Earth, with the light that I am, with all the trials and tribulations, and with all the stories that I've come in, whatever karmic patterns that are, have been gifted to me in this lifetime. And yet I'm still going to come in and I'm going to create something magnificent. I am galactic starseed blooming. So I asked the other deck, got the galactic, the Gateway of Light activation deck, and I just said, what are we receiving? So this is what it wanted us to know. And we got the Soul Star activation. So we had the Stellar Gateway activation, right? The Stellar Gateway card. There's the top one. And now we've got the Soul Star. Ooh, and what did I say? What did I say that I saw on that Schumann Resonance? Is I saw the Merkaba. That was what I saw. I saw the Christ light and the Merkaba, the Christ fish, the DNA, the Merkaba. So now we're connecting them with the light codes, and what are they bringing us? This Soul Star activation. And look what it says. Fulfilling soul contracts. This is all that it was just what came through a minute ago. This is all the karmic stuff. This is all the stuff that we're like, okay, I'm here to experience and to know and to move through. That's not my sole purpose. That is part of me and my human experience. Remembering who you are. A galactic starseed blooming. This is the point. Like this. Oh my gosh. Isn't it phenomenal? Is it not phenomenal that we're here at this time? And that, you know what? This Schumann thing, this picture that's been doing the rounds on the internet, you know what? Even if it's all a hoax, I don't care. It has brought through a message. It's brought through a message that is this. That we are here, we are being called. We're like, you, now, we need to create. You are creator. You are the one that is here to make a difference. Not him, not her, you. Because you need to do it. And you have everything with you. And yes, we know you've got all the stuff going on. We know you've got all the stuff going on. We're not arguing with that. We're not dismissing that. You've got all the stuff going on. But as you're moving through this, and as you're experiencing this, and as you're going, yes, this is really hard, but you know what? I'm still the light. And as this one opposes this one, and it goes, you're wrong, and I'm right, and I know better. And you go, yeah, well, I'm having my experience, and I can see you're having yours. And you know what? I know I've got my light, and you've got yours. And we're both galactic starseeds blooming. All of this is to help us remember who we are, the good, the bad, and all the stuff in between. And I think right now, maybe Mama Earth and all of the trickery that we do, and I spoke about earlier in the live with this kind of sabotage energy, or this, kind of like I want to stay the same, like all of this stuff. It's all here. So at some point we kind of recognize our own BS, and we like go, okay. I am the galactic starseed. I am the creator. I am the change that the world wants to see. And that's it. That's the truth. That's what it's about. I am the change the world wants to see. So I'm going to leave you with this, I think. Tomorrow, or depending when you're watching this, might be today, we've got the solstice. And well, depending where you are in the world, I know I've got some of you who are in Australia. We are in a really potent time. And whatever your beliefs and whatever you know, conspire to be true, and whatever you know, your remembrance over the next 24 hours is that you are source and that you are creator and you are here to, you're here to create a very specific kind of change. And it comes from your light. That's where it comes from. It comes from your essence of who you are. There is no coincidence that you are here on this earth right now. And so I invite you in this solstice period, in this solstice energy, and with everything else that is going on, is just for the moment to put aside the suffering, and to put aside the separation, and to put aside the hardship, and to put it aside and remember what you truly are. And you know what? If you can't put it aside, if it's too much or too hard or too close or too in your face that you're like, Melissa, I cannot put it aside, well, then you've got an extra special mission, because you are here to remember that through it all, you're here to remember it through it all. And just spend a moment doing what we did. Rewind back to whenever it was at the beginning of this video, if you want. And make that connection into earth, into light, and just receive that, and then notice what comes. It's going to be what it is. These are special times. I'm just putting 2 cards for the energy of solstice. The first one, the halls of learning. We are definitely in a training ground here. Great lessons. Call in your team, call in your light, call in your source, don't do it on your own. Don't do it on your own. This can be clearer. Your words create worlds. We've got Ganesha here. The removal of obstacles, the energy of luck and abundance. Your words create worlds. Please don't fall into these separation traps. Please don't fall into the you, them, just for today, just for the next 24 hours. And if you do fall into it, then don't fall into the, well, then I must be really bad because I just fell into it. Then when you notice you do it, just keep coming back into wholeness, because your words create worlds. If you find yourself doing something because that trickery or that lower energy is coming in, just like, okay, I heard myself say this, and now I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. I do better, I am better, I know better, I am presence, I am light, I am source. And just bring that back. It's the 44 as well. So we've had the 11, the 22 and the 44. So I love all of that. So I hope you enjoyed this very impromptu and very long live. If the message resonates with you, then, or you think somebody would like to hear it, give them a tag, share them the message. If you're in soul space and you weren't there on Monday, go and do the light body activation that we did. It was very resonant with what we were speaking about today, so I love that energy is continuing, because we recorded it so it would be ready in time for tomorrow. So go and do that. Now, if you're not, I have got a space open. If you think that's yours, then message me. And just while I'm here, and because I'm very excited, but I'm not going to talk about it now, I have put the link for my event in London. So if you're going to be around in October, maybe you'd like to come and see me. Thank you for coming, for sharing your Tuesday evening with me. Have a very blessed solstice, and I will see you very soon.